My brothers and sisters, greetings. Easter Sunday is a day of unparalleled significance. Its celebration is so great that it touches the past, the future, and the present. Remember the past in faith. We look to the future in hope, and we are called to live a life of love in the present. We remember the past, the resurrection of Jesus from the dead. Because we are not eyewitnesses of the resurrection, we embrace this truth on the authority of God's revelation, which He has communicated to His church. The church faith is proclaimed to us within the liturgical celebration of Easter Sunday. St. Paul put the event of the resurrection in perspective. If Christ has not been raised, our preaching is void of content and your faith is empty too. 1 Corinthians 15, verse 14. Easter Sunday is the first of all our feast days. Without the resurrection, our faith about the past collapses. Our joyful anticipation of the future gives way to sadness, and our celebration in the present is hollow. Thanks be to God. We have received the grace of faith, which we proclaim in our Eucharistic acclamation. Christ has died, Christ is risen, and Christ will come again. Now comes the second step. We look to the future in hope. This hope is a conviction that we, like Christ, we will be raised from the death to the fullness of life. Perhaps we find it easier to accept the resurrection of Christ than our own. After all, Christ is the divine Son of the Father, who came on this earth only for a time to work out our salvation. It seems natural that his death should lead to resurrection. We mere mortals are another case. And yet faith in Christ's resurrection leads us to faith in our own resurrection. An Easter celebration of the resurrection of Christ is devoid of significance unless we have a firm hope about our own resurrection. The third step, our confident hope in the future, leads to a life of love in the present. If we want to live with Christ in the happiness of eternity, we must live with Christ in the happiness of the present life here on earth. We must live with Him now the way He lived on this earth. We understand that clearly what that means. We know that the example of Christ is for us to be unselfish, generous, caring, devoted to prayer, which we offer to God, and dedicated to service, which we offer to our sisters and brothers. Easter is past, present, and future. As we receive the risen Christ in Holy Communion, we are strengthened in our faith in Christ's resurrection in the past. We are fortified to live the life of Christ in the present. And we are given a pledge of our own resurrection in the future. Happy Easter to all. May the risen Lord be with you always.